My biggest worry with the audiobooks is the neighbours at the minute. Because,
Neighbours.
yeah, because I'm doing them in here, which
Hmm.
is the... Actually, this is supposed to be the master bedroom, but when you buy a new flat, a large wardrobe is known as the master bedroom. So behind that wall just there is
Yeah.
the neighbour's bedroom.
Ah.
And I'm doing these, that last one I told you about the battle scenes.
Yeah.
Um, come on, you bandy bastards! And I mean, I'm getting right into it. It's bayonets and whatever. But there was an awkward sex scene in a temple.
In a temple?
In a temple, yeah, an
Oh
Indian
dear.
temple, and there's all that, and I have to play both parts, and like, what they must be thinking. So, my other issue
Yeah.
is this is a window, and the main road runs along the back, and every night, I mean, you can't hear cars now, can you?
No.
No, but every now
No.
and again, a motorbike goes past, and I have to
Ah.
stop because
Yeah.
India in the 1850s wasn't known for that many Kawasaki's. So I have to stop and then do that a bit again.
Yeah.
So my solution is behind me there. Those sliding doors.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a built-in wardrobe.
Ah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm I'm going to. Well, we've already bought a rack that will, so I can take all the coats and shirts that are in there
Oh.
and put them on just a freestanding rack about
Yeah.
here where my office desk is.
Yeah.
We've ordered a small square tabletop, 500 mil by 500 mil, which kind of fits in there. So it's only like half a meter by half a meter, right? So we're going to put that in there. I'm going to take the legs off this desk and put them on that tabletop. And I've got these acoustic tiles.
Ooh.
These knock out the echo.
Yeah.
I found out there's a difference between soundproofing and acoustic treatment.
Ooh.
Soundproofing keeps the noise from outside from getting in and the noise from
Okay.
inside getting out. And acoustic treatment just knocks the echo, right? So
Ah.
I've ordered a load of them, but they're grey. But I've ordered a load of white ones
Ah.
because when I do Zoom, the white is better at reflecting the light back onto your face.
Ah. Okay. Yeah.
So I've ordered a load of white ones, about 30 of them,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna once I've got to take the rail out because the rail's all fitted. I've got to take the rail out, put this tabletop in. I'll put a towel over the tabletop to deaden the sound there. I'll cover the wall, ceiling, and everything with these acoustic tiles, and I've got a clip-on lamp that will shine on me, so I should be able to record in there and also use it for Zoom.
You're gonna go and live in the wardrobe.
Well, Julie's kept saying that. Every now and again, I'll go and I'll say, "Oh, bloody traffic was a nightmare today. What is it, people with these motorbikes? I've had to keep stopping." And she goes, "Well, don't worry. Soon you'll be in the cupboard." I'm like, "Studio, not cupboard. Soon I'll be in the studio."
What are the dimensions of the studio, Greg?
Well, it's about half a meter wide, but that'll get shorter when you put these in because they're
Oh
about
God.
2 inches thick, each one of
Yeah.
them, either side. And it's about two. It's about 500 mil wide. Yeah, sorry, yeah, half a meter wide, and lengthwise maybe 2.5, maybe 3 meters.
Oh, I'm feeling claustrophobic just thinking about it.
Well,
But yeah,
I will
good for you.
fit in there.
You do fit in there. Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that should solve two problems. It should help with the traffic thing,
Yeah.
and it should help with I'm further away from the neighbours because the other side of that wall is our bedroom. So
Nah.
it should it should help with that.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest issue.
Yeah.
But I've been really enjoying it because I finished the first book
Yeah.
and I enjoyed the story of the army officer in India and the battles and all that. And I got this. Did I tell you I got offered a second one?
No.
Got offered a second one, which was it's set in Victorian England. It's actually the first scene is in Brighton, It's about
Oh.
this bloke who comes home from the sea and he has servants and all the rest of it, right?
Ooh.
And so what you do is you do an audition piece first and you get
Yeah.
accepted off that. Then once you've done that, you send them 15 minutes of audio, and then they approve that, and then away you go. Well, I'm still waiting on the approval of the 15 minutes, so I've been accepted to do it.
Yeah.
And they also like you to send a note to the author to get any advice.
Oh, yeah.
And
Makes
the
sense.
author listens to the 15 minutes. So I got a note from the author, and I can't remember what I sent. But the author wrote this message back. So now I'm thinking the author's heard the audio and has got a message from me. And I open my email, and the message back says, "Not a whole lot, really. Hero is part of an upper crust family, kind of sarcastic. Heroine is part of the ton, but not as lofty, kind of gutsy. No lower class dialects." And I thought, she hates it. Did that?
Book. She hates
that
her own
come
book.
But no, she hates what I've done to her
Oh,
book.
she hates what you do. All right.
So, and her book must be her, it's her life's work more than likely. And did anything positive come across to you in what I just read you?
No, in fact, it almost sounds like she's not really that keen on her own book either, to be honest. It's not, not much
now,
enthusiasm. Yeah.
So then the next sentence goes, basically, I let my narrators have full reign. Well, now I'm confused. Honestly, dealing with the authors has been the most entertaining part.
I can imagine.
No, so then she's like, I let my narrators have full reign. I wrote the book, but you guys breathe life into the words. I'm not a harsh taskmaster. Smiley face, have fun. And I thought, what the hell? How did she switch from starting with the "not a whole lot, really" was her opening line? So I thought I've sent something going, I hope you just let me know what you think of the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it looks like she's gone, "Not a whole lot, really." And then so I looked at what I'd sent, and I'd sent, "Hi," her name. "I'm looking forward to narrating," title of the book. "What do I need to know about dialects, direction, etc.?"
Maybe that's what
And she's gone, "Not a whole lot, really."
Yeah.
So it is all good.
But nobody common, please.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, because, I got a chip on my shoulder as big as anybody else about growing up in not aristocracy.
Oh, me too, every day. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so that one's going okay.
Oh, good.
Now, I knocked one back. No, I didn't knock it back. I was never offered it, actually. It was one. What I'm doing at the moment is, because the money will run out soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm still on gardening leave from my last radio job, which ends tomorrow. And then I'm on my own, you know what I mean? So I've got to fend for myself and make my way in the world. But the thing with the audiobooks is, I don't know how long it takes to get the royalty in.
No.
So I just, with the first book, I just took the first one that I did 3 auditions. I originally did 3 auditions, was offered one, tried to negotiate to a price per hour, and they got funny, and it didn't work out. So the next one I auditioned another 3. The next one I got offered a royalty share. I thought, I'm just taking it, because I've never done an audiobook. I want to know what the process is like, and I might not even like it. I might not even be able to do it. So I took the next one, which was the one I've just done, and everything turned out fine.
Yeah.
Well, the last one was 9.5 hours. So I thought, and the way I select them is I go on the page where you can pick them, and I go for the best sellers. Because if I'm getting a share of the royalty, the only measure I've got is how they sold when they were printed books on Amazon. Yeah. So I go to the best sellers. And I've been auditioning for the 1 and 2 and 3 best sellers, to try and make sure I do get a decent royalty when
Very wise,
when the time comes. Yeah. But then I thought, wait a minute, I bet they're all different lengths. So I took the first page and I looked, and there are some much shorter books. So why am I doing 9.5 hours when I could do much less, of finished audio, which you're talking 3 to 4 hours for each finished hour is how long it takes to make them.
Yeah.
So I found this one here, this book, and it was maybe it was about the 8th bestseller, but it was still on the first page. It's 2.2 hours worth of audio. I could do that in a weekend.
Yeah.
So I thought, if I look for the shorter ones, bang them up there, and then at least when they start paying out, and then I can look at the longer ones when there's some money coming in.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So I looked at this one. Wow. It looked okay to start off with. It's a story of a woman who was she was an empress or something. Anyway, she had something to do with Henry I of England.
Yeah.
Okay. So I read the before I got into the audition, I read the notes from the author on doing the audition. 2 scenes in the audition script are the most challenging in terms of language switching.
Oh.
Followed by, they are also my favourite, so beautifully convey the life of King Henry I's court. Did I say King Henry? Anyway.
You did.
I did. King Henry I's court in the White Tower of London. The song, Vini Vine, in medieval Latin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Followed by a Catholic prayer. There's also German, French, and a bit of Welsh.
I should sit you down to the ground, Graham.
No, well, at first I thought, well, I like a challenge, and each one of these, I'm going out of my comfort zone. I'm just I'm not trying to find a book about football or the Beatles or something. I'll find if I'm going to be a professional audiobook narrator, I should be able to take on whatever they throw at me. And used to sing in a band, so singing,
That's right.
not that hard.
I heard you singing, yeah.
And unpronounceable words. Well, I've just done in the first book loads of Indian place names, Indian plants, Indian rivers, Indian birds, and for each one, I go on YouTube and you can find, or Google, and you can find they'll play you somebody pronouncing the word.
Yeah, it's brilliant,
so
isn't it?
Yeah. So I thought, well, if this is like medieval Latin and there's words, I can probably find somewhere and listen to them, and it's not the end of the world. And the same with the languages, the German and the Welsh and what. I could probably work it out, bit of work, but the thing's only 2.2 hours, so how much of it can there be? So then it says, audition script opens with Vine Vine, which must, in capital letters, be sung to be considered. You can hear me singing the song and there's a link to SoundCloud. So I went to the SoundCloud, and there's the author. Not a chance. No one is going to take on this book. No one is going to take on this book. She's mad. That is going to be up there for a long, long time. So that ended that idea. So then I found this one, and I'm very close with this one. Very close. No, because I've already... Yeah, I finished one and I'm working on one with the 50 minute, and I'm looking for my next one, right? Because the one I'm working on, once again, is a shorter one. It's like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
it's doable, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So this one I think is 2 hours. It's really short, and it's a bestseller.
Oh.
And it's about Spitfires.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm your man, right? So... from what I can gather, the story is something to do. It sounds like a good story. It sounds like, and I've probably got this all messed up, but it sounds to me like there's a 98-year-old in a care home in England, and he's a former Spitfire pilot.
Wow.
But he's in a blinking care home. Like, no respect for someone who was a proper war hero, and like, got to be one of the coolest people that's ever walked the earth. He flew Spitfires in the Battle of Britain,
Yeah.
And anyway, some 19-year-old care assistant, whatever, breaks him out. And there's this mission for something, and I'm not sure what it is. And he gets to fly a Spitfire again, and they need his expertise to save the world or something.
Yeah.
It, to me, sounds, and in 2 hours, it's, I'm your man, right? This will be fun.
Yeah.
So I go to do the audition, and there's a note from the author. Thankfully, the author hasn't asked for a song in Latin and a Catholic hymn.
God.
And in this scene that you do, because this is acting.
It is,
this
isn't
is
it?
acting,
Yeah.
In this scene that you do, you've got the 98-year-old ex-Spitfire pilot, and you've got someone called Sam. And the notes from the author are, the Spitfire pilot, think Captain Kirk.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm having a hard time thinking of Captain Kirk as being English. And surely a Spitfire pilot, he's gonna be a bit Biggles, isn't it? And chocks away.
I thought so, yeah.
So I'm having a hard time matching those two in my mind. But anyway. It says Sam, think Sam Neill.
Sam Neill?
Yeah. Now
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders.
He's got a farm or something now, isn't he?
In New Zealand, yeah, he's got pigs and stuff. He's really cool.
Yeah. Riley Ace of Spies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know Sam Neill's a Kiwi. He's New Zealander.
Yes.
So his natural accent is New Zealand, but he's done lots of things. So anyway, I did this audition, and I put it up there. And I get this message from the author. Hi, Graham. Really enjoyed that. I found that Tom, that's the Spitfire pilot, sounded way too angry. Now, I was probably doing a bit of Kirk of like, Kirk could get quite intense.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Spock. But I was doing it as, I was trying to find a 90-year-old, anyway. He says, I found Tom way too angry. He needs to be softer. Brackets, listening to your audition, it's an easy fix. Just swap Sam and Tom's tone around. So at least he's giving me something I can work with.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with your take at all. Hard to work from such a tiny description. There were many things I thought were great. It's not always about reading lines, but feeling the roles on the page. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, right. So I did him another one. And I sent the second audition off, and I got another note back. So now I've swapped them round. So now the Spitfire pilot's a bit more. He's a bit more like that. Yeah. And the other guy's more angry and
Yeah.
Hi, Graham. Fantastic.
Oh.
Really changed how the scene played out. Hooked me into my own story so much that I forgot that Sam is actually American.